So, guys, the 2023 week 2 of the college football season is in the books on Saturday. And, guys, we had some big takeaways, but nothing bigger than Texas beating Alabama. Basically dominated that game in a way that usually people don't dominate Alabama. I mean, Alabama didn't get dominated like 45-7. I'm talking about any team that beat Alabama did a better phase of the game, a phase or two of the game better than Alabama did. And that's what Texas did. They had a better passing threat. Quinn Ewers was way better than Milroe by a long shot. Texas dominated in the trenches, and that's what they did. And this brings me up to this video. Is Texas back? And is Miami back? We're going to start with Texas since we're on Texas. Is Texas back? Well, I'm getting tired of hearing about is Texas back. They haven't really left nowhere. If you want to talk about is Texas back, are y'all talking about the Vince Young days and the Colt McCoy days? That's been a long time, but y'all haven't really went nowhere except for the Charlie Strong days, and those are bad days. Charlie Strong was the worst coach I have ever seen. I mean, he was terrible. I felt bad for Texas. But since the Tom Herman days, and y'all might hate Tom Herman, I'm talking to the Texas fans, y'all might hate Tom Herman, and I didn't like him as a coach either as a Florida Gator fan. He actually did bring you back to Providence, in a way. I mean, yeah, he made y'all lost to Maryland twice. Who cares? I mean, he was building the program up again, what Charlie Strong couldn't do, and he actually destroyed Texas. He actually did bring him back to Providence. Not what y'all like, but it's hard to fill the shoes of Vince Young and Colt McCoy. That is really hard to do. And Tom Herman got fired. And then y'all brung in this guy, Steve Sarkisian, proved offensive coordinator. He was a coach at USC at one point, and he's proven because he's under Nick Saban, and he did a pretty good job in his second year. The first year was 5-7, and everybody's losing their dang minds about, well, we might fire Steve Sarkisian. It's already on the hot seat after 1 year, and then the next year y'all became 9-3, 8-4, and y'all almost beat Alabama last year. So this year, y'all did beat Alabama. Okay, great teams that fell flat during the year beat Alabama. Like Texas A&M. I mean, did they beat Alabama? Yes, they did. Johnny Manziel did. But they lost 2 or 3 other games. Couldn't be consistent. And South Carolina with Stephen Garcia beat Alabama, but they couldn't be consistent. Did that mean they are back? No. But the only ones that were consistent that beat Alabama was Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators in 2008. And then Auburn with Cam Newton, Nick Marshall, and Trey Mason. They were great for Auburn in 2013. But you also got to look at Tennessee. Yeah, they beat Alabama, but Alabama was in a down year. And they don't have good quarterback play since Tua. And that's going to hurt them, and it's going to have to change the way they play football. Alabama football. They might have to rely on the running game again, because Jalen Milroe is not the guy, and Tyler Buckner did not prove anything when he went to Notre Dame. But Tennessee beating Alabama don't mean anything, because they were not consistent in the end, and they didn't make the opportunity. They beat Alabama. They didn't have what it takes to be consistent because they lost to South Carolina. They should have beat South Carolina. They lost to Georgia when another big opportunity came. They were not consistent, and they also beat Clemson in the Orange Bowl, but Clemson was not as good as previous years either. So, is Texas back? Y'all haven't went nowhere. Well, are y'all going to be back in the national championship contention? Is what you make after this Alabama game. It's only week 2. Teams can change throughout the year, and over the years that's been true. What you are from week 2 is going to be different what you are in week 12. Completely different. It's what they make out of this win. It's a big win for Texas, going on the road and beating Nick Saban and Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Will they live up to the hype? And a lot of people gave them hype. I'm not going to give them hype about making the playoffs. I don't see them making the playoffs. I really don't. I think they're overhyped, but they can prove me wrong. It's all up to Texas to see if they're really truly back into national championship contention. Not just because they're back because they suck. They haven't been in the toilet that long. But it's all up to them to make the championship into the playoffs. Now to Miami. Miami fans are not the greatest or the most logical fans because they buy into their own hype. And they think it's the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. Miami, after beating Texas A&M, y'all are not back. That doesn't prove anything. Beating Texas A&M, that is not very good. Texas A&M in the beginning of this year, and especially last year, they were way overhyped. and shouldn't be ranked where they should have been. This year, they shouldn't even been ranked at all, above teams that should have been ranked instead of them, like Texas Tech and Iowa. Some other teams that are supposed to be better than Texas A&M was not ranked, and it shows that Texas A&M is not very good. Yes, Miami had a great day. They have an awesome day. 5 touchdowns for Tyler Van Dyke, and that is awesome. That doesn't mean anything that Miami's back. Y'all haven't done anything since 2005. In 2005, and you had a very good last year. I mean, a very good year. Y'all was in national championship relevance. Y'all still did not make the ACC championship, and y'all haven't made only but one ACC championship appearance since 2005. It's been 18 years, and y'all still haven't won an ACC title. So, Miami fans, please give me some notes or make logical sense about how are y'all back when y'all have not even won an ACC title game yet, or make another appearance. No, make another appearance in an ACC title game and then win it. That's when y'all are truly back, because y'all have not done anything to be even back. Texas is more back than Miami, because Texas has been relevant for a little while, since Tom Herman, but y'all haven't. And actually, it goes all the way back to Vince Young and Colt McCoy. Way back, they've been in national title contention. Back then, they slithered out, and guess what? They're getting back to there. Miami, ever since 2005, y'all have been dead. Y'all haven't done anything. And once again, y'all might be different all the way from week 2 to week 12. It'd be completely different. How about y'all be consistent for a couple of years and win more big games to even be considered to be back. Texas is more back than Miami. And I'm getting tired of hearing Miami fans and looking online at Miami fans about their championships. Okay, that doesn't matter about anything. Georgia fans said the same thing. 40 years ago, we had won the championship back in 1980 something. Okay, at least they won back-to-back championships. They've been back. They had Matthew Stafford back in the day. They might have a down year or two. Georgia did. But they had Jake Fromm, they had Jacob Easton at one point. They had some good players walk through the door, especially having Kirby Smart as coach. They've been back. Georgia been back, and they won championships. Y'all have not done nothing. Miami have done nothing. Y'all have not done nothing to be even considered to be back. Y'all lost to Middle Tennessee last year. Y'all think y'all are back then? That doesn't change. 1 year don't mean anything. You got to be multiple years of consistency, going to bowl games, be it 9-3, 10-2, like consistent, good years. Texas has been doing it for a little bit, except for that one bad year with Steve Sarkisian, but that don't really matter. It don't really show anything about their consistency. Now look at Texas; they're starting to put it together. Georgia been that way for years. Florida, we're still struggling. Once in a while, we have pretty good years. But Miami, if y'all would have had it faster. Y'all would have had it faster if y'all gave Manny Diaz a chance. And I feel bad for Manny Diaz. He never really got the opportunity to turn this program around. And Al Golden, Randy Shannon have gave you a couple good years. But Manny Diaz was the guy, I think. You gave him a chance. Now you got Mario Cristobal. And I swear, if y'all didn't give him another good year, if they don't get a good year this year with Mario Cristobal, y'all gonna fire him out and fire his ass too. I know how that's gonna go with y'all Miami fans. You've got to give these coaches a chance. I think Mario Cristobal is not the best coach in my opinion, but you gotta give the man a chance. But he is a good recruiter for sure, and he's gonna get you some playmakers. It's about the coaching ability after that. We'll see how good he is, but you gotta give the man a chance. How are you gonna be back? How is Miami gonna be back if you don't give these coaches a couple of years, 2 or 3 to 4 years of good recruiting and consistent? The players got to be consistent on their efforts too, and that's relies on the coaches too, on that too, because they recruited them. But you got to give Mario Cristobal some time, and you cannot say after one game of week 2, after 2 games week 2, and you beat one ranked opponent, and that was way overhyped. You can't say you're back after that, because what was that last year? You sure you wasn't back last year? What makes it different this year? So you gotta prove to me for the rest of the year to be back and go to the ACC championship and win it, and also do it in the span of next 3-4 years. So that's when you're back. Until then, stop saying you're back. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Tell me what you think about Texas and Miami big wins from week 2. But thank you for watching.